This is A New Breed, coming at you with another video. Now, like the last video, I'm going to need you to get your notebook. The last video, I had you write down a list of your strengths, your weaknesses, what can help and what can hinder you. We're going to go something about the same basis, but not about you. I hope that you gave the list to the individuals that you will be prepping with, or those who you see to be coming with you on your prepping journey. So with that, you will learn their strengths, their weaknesses also. Coming together as a team helps. The lone survivor, yes, it's possible. Don't get me wrong, but if you put all your eggs in one basket, it kind of collapses if things don't go exactly as planned. So we're going to go over some skills that are going to be needed, and you can buy books on them, different things, but nothing's better than being out in the field and actually learning. So we're going to go over some of these skills that I've written down and people that can help you with these things and give you the ability and the best strategic advantage to survive in a shit hits the fan situation. So be prepared, and we're going to go on this journey. And once again, I hope you have your notebook, because you're going to need it. The first person we're going to go over is the medic. The medic hopefully has some field experience, but if not, at least they have an extensive book knowledge. You never know what's going to go on in the field, so it's good to have a medic or multiple people who have medical experience in at least a very small fraction, so they'll be able to know basic medical whenever the need arrives. Next, we're going with the hunter. The hunter class is pretty much a person who knows and is familiar with how to hunt, proper kill shots, what to look for, and basic hunting skills. May not be a pro, but at least efficient, and has some knowledge of firearms, if not, some knowledge of archery. The reason why this person is important is not only for hunting, even if you don't eat meat, but for defense against animals and other predators that may be lurking around. Having a mechanic in a stuff hits the fan situation is pretty important. This individual should have some form of knowledge about scavenging parts, how engines work, how to repair small engines, different things that can be used. Think about it. If you have a generator and it goes out and no one knows how to repair it, it's nothing but a very costly piece of metal. So have somebody with at least some mechanical skills that'll be able to fix your vehicle or some small engine just in case it's needed. A herbalist is of great importance. This individual can be compound with the medic in order to help assist one another. Generally, hopefully the individual in the medical field has some form of herbal experience, but it's always good to keep somebody with more herbal experience around or keep a book around. These people can help out when an individual is sick or injured. Next is the gardener. The gardener and the herbalist sometimes can go together, but other times don't. Just because a person does know herbs doesn't mean they know how to grow herbs. An individual in the garden knows the soil, understands it, understands seasons, knows how to work a garden. They know when to harvest, when to plant. This person is a very intricate individual inside the group. So make sure at least you have some gardening knowledge or books on it, but trial and error doesn't really work in a shit hit the fan situation. You will need an individual who is a weapons expert, or at least somebody who has formidable knowledge and understanding of weapons, how to break down, clean, how to properly use them, understanding the calibers, how to fix them. This person is also very important because you never know when you're going to need this person. Also, scavenging arms, putting arms back together from different parts. There are multiple uses for the weapons expert. Be sure to try and keep one around, or at least someone with basic knowledge of weapons. It may not be extensive, but at least know how to break down, clean, load, and properly shoot so they can teach others. Next on the list is a cook. A cook, again, the importance of a cook is just there. A good cook can bring up the morale of the group, also understands when food is done, basically the whole 9 yards. Let's be honest here. Even when stuff hits the fan, if you can have a good meal, trust me, you'd want to go for one. So always keep a cook on handy, or someone with basic cooking skills who understands how to properly cook, and that person generally knows how to boil water. Next on the list is the electrician. The electrician you may feel you don't need in a stuff hits the fan situation, but if you do have a generator or some way to create power, this individual will be a necessity. They'll know how to wire things up, make sure things are wired properly, if you have solar power, even if you have gasoline generators. This individual will know how to run power, properly run wire, and could possibly save a couple lives from people who don't know how to do it. So keep an electrician on the team or someone who has basic wiring skills and just an understanding of electricity. Building and construction. This person will be of great importance also. Each individual can learn on their own, but if somebody already has the skills in order to rebuild and build certain things, then believe me, that takes a lot of guesswork out of many different things. How to patch, improve, reinforce. These things will become a necessity in a stuff hits the fan situation. So even if the individual doesn't have a complete overall understanding of building and construction, at least have someone with the basics so they can teach others and people can put their heads together. Do you have a problem with your clothes? Well, then a tailor or a seamstress, that's another person. Someone who's able to take clothes, patch them, because let's face it, we're not going to be able to go to stores and just grab things randomly as we choose. But an individual who's able to put clothes together, that is a wonderful resource that can also be used as a bartering tool. So be sure to at least have a basic understanding, and if you can find someone who's really good in the trait, keep them around, because they will be of the utmost importance. Next up, we have the Survivalist. Now, the Survivalist is just an individual who knows all around survival. There's a difference between surviving and thriving though. But the Survivalist, whether it be urban or rural, has a practical set of skills that will help each individual, even on a singular or multiple basis, to be able to somewhat thrive until they're able to get with a group and create a community, etc., etc. So be sure to keep around survival books or an individual who has previous survival experience. They generally have a calmer head than most and understand in situations how to keep cool and how to make their way through them. Now, last on this list, but one of the most important, is the strategist. Now, an individual who understands strategy will understand where each person goes, where they fit in, where their strong suits are, where their weak suits are, where they can be utilized. Now, the strategist is not always the leader, so please don't think that's the truth. Some strategists like to play the backfield and understand and watch, because as a leader, sometimes you're not able to see things from a clear field perspective. So just understanding that having a good strategist, someone who understands how these things go, will definitely help you out and utilize and increase your chances of survival in a shit hits the fan situation.
Now, that's just a basic list of trades. Now, please remember, not each trade has to be done by one individual. You can have multiple individuals who understand a specific trade, how it works, and teach others, because then that unifies the group. It makes everybody kind of all around. But remember the old saying, a jack of all trades, but a master of none, is way better utilized than just a master of one. So it's better not to put all your eggs in one basket or train each person, because once you lose that one individual who is on said job, then that makes the possibility for the entire team to crumble. So that was just a basic list. Now I have a longer list, but I'm trying to make these videos digestible. So go ahead, bear with me, let me know what you think, and be sure to give me a shout. Once again, if you have any questions, hit me up on my IG at anewbreed107. And I will be catching y'all later. Have a good one. And remember, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thanks again.